Welcome back. Day 2 here at Fakuma, and I can tell you it's really getting very busy here. So we actually had to fight for our spot to do this next expert discussion. Of course, we made it and we're ready to have that discussion now. And you can get ready to be part of that discussion by joining our LinkedIn live chat or send us an email at plus.com@basf.com. You know, we touched on the topic of electric mobility a couple of times already in our live streams. This time, we're not going to talk about cars, but we're going to talk about what's necessary to get those electric cars charged. I'm not doing this alone. I'm of course doing this with an expert. Frey is here with me today. Good morning, Patrick.
Hi, Richard.
How are you doing?
Fine, and you?
I'm always fine, absolutely. How is it feeling here at Fakuma so far?
It's a great feeling to be back here, visit here the fair, and also see people come in contact and have physical meetings.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
amazing.
And it's getting pretty physical here, yeah? It's already pretty full here, really packed at the BASF booth. So that's good. But we have found our spot to talk about residential charging. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
What is residential charging?
I mean, we all know the trend in electric vehicles, so the volumes are growing, so we see more electric vehicles on the market and also on the road. And I mean, we have the same situation like with an internal combustion engine, that the car needs energy, needs power, so it needs to get charged. And a residential charging system is one option to charge your car at home. Mm-hmm. So it's typically a wall box, so made out of different components, so electrical components to charge your car at home.
Okay. When I look at out of my hotel window in the morning, or when I check out the parking lots here at the Friedrichshafen Fairground, I see a lot of these charging stations. Mm-hmm. But this is not residential, right? This is public.
That's a little bit different. So if you look on a typical charging station at a parking area, this is normally called a public charging station.
Okay.
So I would say from a technical point it's a little bit different, but still also an option to charge your car. But a wall box is more what you have at home or maybe also in your garage or something like that.
Okay, I don't have it yet. Maybe I have it next year. We'll see. But tell us a little more about the materials, the BASF technologies that are inside those residential boxes.
I mean, a charging system is very diverse. If you look here on the screen, we have several parts highlighted, and depending of the individual part, we have different requirements. Think about, for example, the outer surface or the housing. So you place it in your garage next to your nice new electric vehicle. So for sure you want to have a nice surface. We need something like chemical resistance because it needs to get cleaned. We need scratch resistance and so on. So, but if you think about, for example, loading gun, so it's a part which is called the front carrier. It's called live part, so it's in direct contact to the power supply. So we have more like flame retardant properties which we need.
Okay.
So like typically it need to fulfill different norms like IEC or UL 94. So depending on the individual function, we have different requirements, and therefore we have a solution to offer.
Okay, so it's a multi-material, multi-technology solution. But I would like to go back to that topic you mentioned. You have that next to your nice new electric car. So is this also a design thing?
Yeah, I would say especially the housing, for sure. I mean, it's something which is visible. You see it every day when you charge your car. So I would say, definitely the outer surface or the housing is something which is also, I would say, a design-driven point.
So let's go back to the materials a little more. You mentioned the requirements for the different parts in it. So what products actually go in there?
I mean, we have a wide material portfolio, but I would say we have classically our polyamide, PBT, which goes inside in a different E&E application like breakers, switches, and so on. But for sure, also for the housing, especially for a design cover, it's also like Ultramid deep gloss possible because of the nice surface we could get with that material. And so let me say it's a variety, but we have a huge offer for this application.
I know that BASF is offering a lot of materials for the whole kind of electromobility ecosystem. To what extent does it help you to also cooperate with your colleagues, maybe in other areas, other product areas, to get this full solution package to the market?
I mean, it's always the exchange which is necessary. We need it because we need to understand the full requirements, and therefore it's necessary to have this exchange also to other areas. And that's I would say our daily business here. That's what we do. We talk together and see, okay, where do we have also benefits by working together? And,
I mean, we are seeing more and more electric cars on the road. Actually, you can't pass a day without seeing one. How does this kind of reflect in your kind of project landscape? Are customers asking for these wall boxes all the time? Is this something that is keeping you really busy?
Yeah, I mean, it's let me say, a new application which is coming on the market. I mean, 10 years ago we never discussed about a wall box, so therefore we have new applications, and therefore for sure it's our daily business, I would say. So especially with the ongoing electrification, we see more and more new applications coming, and I would say wall box, I mean, it's not a completely new topic, but in the last years it was getting more, it got more and more important.
Yeah, I think especially in Germany there has also been some funding for these wall boxes, so people were able to get them to their homes cheaper a little bit, and that apparently was an incentive.
For sure.
Patrick, we have a question that came in via email. You mentioned flame retardancy as an important characteristic. Question is, do you also have a non-flame retardant grade?
For sure. Okay. We have for most of the components, I would say it really depends where it's installed and which norm needs to be fulfilled, and where the component is it directly in contact with a metal part or not, and therefore it's we could offer flame retardant solutions and non-flame retardant solutions.
Okay. And I just saw on the screen that there is also, it's not here right now, that Ultramidvision is mentioned also as a component. What part do you need that for? Yeah,
for example, for display. Most of the wall boxes, you need to see how it's charged. Or I mean, it's like also in our private life, there's more and more technology going inside. So you have small displays where you need to read what is the capacity, and therefore our Ultramidvision is a solution.
When I take a look at the further development of these boxes, but also at the materials that are going inside, do you think that this has now reached a stage where you say, okay, this is done, it's final, or is there always some tweak to be done, always something going on?
I would say it's still ongoing. I mean, I would say the electrification started right now. I think it got a boost in the last years, but I would say it's still ongoing. It's still a dynamic process, and we see new technologies, new applications coming. So it's very dynamic, very interesting topic.
One thing I have to ask you, I mean, I still have to ask you two things for sure, but one thing I really like to know, I'm seeing a lot of orange here on this. Where's that orange coming from? Does this color have a particular meaning for those applications? This
is mainly used for the high voltage part in a car.
Okay.
So, and therefore, I would say orange is the new standard color, and that's the main reason why we use it here.
Okay, and this is supposed to be kind of a signal color, so that consumers actually know there's high voltage going on, so better be careful. All right, okay, that's interesting. Patrick, one thing I also would like to know, do you have an electric car?
Not yet, but I think about buying one next year.
Really? Yeah. Are you already looking into something specific?
It should be a smaller car. I mean, we have one car, one very old car at the moment, and I think the end of life will be in the next year or 2 years, so it's very old, and therefore we plan something small for because we live on the countryside, so it's maybe a small
Good to know. I will check in with you again next year to see if you actually made it, and of course, if you have it then in your home, you will also need a beautiful wall box made with BASF materials for sure.
I hope so.
Good decision. That was our live talk for today. Thanks a lot for joining in. Patrick is still active in the LinkedIn live chat. You can also book an appointment with one of our experts, including Patrick. Just visit our website at fakuma.basf.com, and you can easily get hold of those experts for a 15-minute virtual appointment. We'll be back later today with our next expert discussion. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay optimistic. See you later. Bye-bye.
BASF. We create chemistry.